In this video, I'm going to build the base plate for the Lazy Susan and the companion shelf that goes in the cabinet. First, we'll draw a circle of the correct size on a piece of scrap plywood and cut it out on the bandsaw. Then connect it to a piece of scrap wood and clamp it to the sander to clean up the edge. Next, I'll mount it on the lathe. I need to cut a recess for the bearing. Yep, that's good. And then just take off the sharp edges. And then just mark where it'll get attached. Here I'm drilling the access hole. Then I can attach the bearing to the base plate. Then that assembly can be mounted to the bottom plate. Put on the center post and the top plate. And it's all done. Now I need to build a shelf that goes in the cabinet. This will help utilize space that's typically wasted. Sorry there's no drawing for this part. It's only 3 pieces of wood that I need to cut to the dimensions of the inside of the cabinet. They'll be joined together with half-lap joints. This will be the main shelf in the back, and these will be the little shelves on the sides. Here I'm marking for where I'm going to cut an arc in the back shelf. And this will be the end point of the arc. Now I can put a thin strip of wood at the end points and pull it up to that center mark. And that'll give me a nice even arc. So when I was cutting the arc on the bandsaw, I thought the camera was on, and apparently it wasn't, so I have no footage of that. And then I can clean up the edge on the sander. And glue up the half laps. Probably be a good idea to put this right way around. Now I can take the clamps off and do a little glue cleanup. Here I'm using a little cup to create some radiuses on the front corners. And then a bunch of sanding. And more sanding. Here I'm routing a chamfer in the bottom of the front edge of the shelf. And then a clear coat of clear lacquer. And that's it for the shelf. Okay, so here's the before, and here's the after. I'm not sure it looks a whole lot different, but it sure is easier to find what you're looking for. Well, this was a fun project, and I learned a few things along the way. Thanks for watching.